Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Transformers The Last Night Core Class Decepticon Mohawk, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, because after we take a look at the Decepticon Dreads, or the Jamaicans, as a friend of the channel likes to call them. What better way to follow up some hippie-looking Decepticons than with a punk rock Decepticon, like good old Mohawk here. Now, as far as accessories go, he comes with a little teeny tiny knife, very, very small. There's a tab on the side there. That's for vehicle mode, primarily. But taking a closer look at Mohawk, getting right into the meat and potatoes of this review here. He's a fun little guy, a sought-after little guy, but a fun little guy. I had to grab this guy off Amazon. He wasn't available on Big and Bad Toy Store, which is where I get most of my figures nowadays, because the stores, well, they kind of suck. But as far as articulation on him goes, his jaw will actually open and close, and you can actually blow his head off. Ain't that something? You can plug his head back in. His head will rotate side to side. That's all fine and dandy. But his shoulders, little ball joints, they'll go in and out. Rotate forward and back. He does have a double elbow for what it's worth, so that's kind of neat. He does have rotation in the elbow too, so not too bad. He also has T-jointed hips that'll kick in and out, forward and back, yada yada. He does have just a single jointed knee. Funny, this knee is kind of detented, so it'll pop into place, whereas this one, it doesn't do that at all. So I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing, or if I got lucky and mine's weird, but okay. He does also have a hinge in the foot with, believe it or not, a freaking ankle rocker, which is something even the deluxe classes didn't even have. So, very interesting that this little, what are these, $10 core class figures, has something like that. His knife in his hand, which can be easier said than done. You gotta really look for where it goes in, but once you do, it'll go right in. Yeah. Tighter grip than those deluxe classes had on their clubs too. Gee whiz. But there he is with his knife, looking like a little menace for Bumblebee to blow his head off, just like the movie. Hence why he has removable head action, I suppose. But that is Mohawk. Unfortunately, Studio Series doesn't have any other Decepticons that go with this guy. He was part of a kind of a death squad, like a kill crew, in the Last Night movie. There is a deluxe class Barricade, but it's not Studio Series. They are going to make a new one, so stay tuned for that review, because I will be picking that up, most likely. But, you know, Onslaught, Nitro Zeus, I think there's probably a couple more. They don't exactly have figures other than the Last Night line, which is outdated at this point, because that line is, yeesh, almost 10 years old at this point. But before we wrap this up, let's bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, right there. Woo! Trying to bring them in without knocking him all over the place. That's not the easiest thing ever. Should be worth noting, these little wheel thingies also kind of move on him, but they're mostly supposed to stay up like that, up and over his shoulders for robot mode, so no real need to futz with those. But we also have the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, yeah, you saw that coming, didn't you? Towers over everyone. I mean, he's a little goofy guy, this Mohawk figure. So, yeah, being a core class, good old Al Simmons, of course, is going to be much bigger than he is. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, while he may not be putting any lime in the coconut like the Decepticon Dreads, I will say... Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? I will say that a good old core class Decepticon Mohawk here is a very fun little figure. I don't know if it's figure of the year fun. I wasn't looking forward to this guy like I was Hatchet, because Hatchet completes the team, whereas this guy practically starts a new team, because while the Berserker figure from the Last Night line itself is fine, albeit some loose bits here and there, he wasn't part of this crew. We're starting from the ground up with this crew. They showed Barricade at Comic-Con. Very much looking forward to him, but how long is it going to take him to get us, like, Onslaught, Nitro Zeus, the other guys? I don't know. But if they turn out as good as Mohawk here, but of course, being Deluxe and Voyager class scale, I think we're in for a real treat. So, with that being said, before we wrap this up, I think it is time now that we take a closer look at Mohawk's vehicle mode. And as promised, here we have good old Mohawk in his little teeny tiny motorcycle mode. And, well, not for nothing, kind of looks like something off Acceleracers. Anyone remember Hot Wheels Acceleracers? I do. Looking forward to those 20th anniversary cars from the fine folks over at Mattel. But at any rate, good old Mohawk here can of course roll back and forth. Pop wheelies too. Pop reverse wheelies, look at that. He does have a spot for his little naff on the side there. But yeah, it's more or less a Cybertronian inspired bike. It's fine. Nothing crazy. He doesn't turn into this in the movie, but it is nice that they attempted to give him a alt mode based off concept art and what they had to work with. So yeah, not a bad little figure at all. Very fun. Arguably more fun than the Dreads, who we looked at on the channel recently, and way more fun than anything Devastator had to offer, just because, well, that Devastator was a feat of nature, let's be honest. So, yeah, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.